Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Flawless 195 World Tour. Just a quick update on where we are, what we're doing, and where we're going, because there has been a change in plan, a change in scenario for the Seychelles leg. So I just want to take you through it quickly. Right, this is the plan. So obviously, we've already done all of Europe. We've come round here and we've already done all this leg of Africa, all these countries here, and we are now just about ticked over the halfway point in the World Tour. We have just come from Mauritius over to Andrakaka Air Base, Andrakaka Navy Base in northern Madagascar there, before now heading over to the Seychelles. Now, what the plan was, so there's been a change in what the hell we're doing here because it's a complicated scenario, a difficult scenario, but the outlook has changed drastically. So this was the plan. We've just landed here in the Airbus A320 in northern Madagascar. The plan was to take the smaller plane Daha TBM 930 all the way over to the Seychelles. The runway that exists in real life on this main island here does not exist in the sim, but with the Daha TBM, it wasn't a problem. I could just swing it in here and land in a field. There's some trees and bushes to avoid, but I could sit it down in the field here. Obviously, I can't save the game because it's not a runway where, you know, an airport where you can save the game and come back to it. So I'd then have to fly back again. So it was going to be a round trip to the Seychelles and back again to northern Madagascar. But having looked into it in the last couple of days, it turns out that's a 10-hour round trip, not viable at all. So I've been looking at other options. I was thinking, do I get a fighter jet out to go to the Seychelles and back? What's the plan here? Because if you don't know, I did just quickly scoot over it there, but you might be a little bit confused. So the Seychelles is the only scenario in the sim where a runway does exist that is not within the game. So it poses a unique challenge. But let me tell you, there's been an update. So because I'm flapping around thinking I can't do a 10-hour round trip in the Daha TBM, it's just not viable at all. I'm flapping around, so I get a fighter jet out and do a reconnaissance mission over these islands and have a look and see what's going on, and see if I can think of any other ideas, because there is a tiny runway on this island, Frigate, over here, and so I was thinking, is there a way I can go over there, fly over? I'm thinking of options. So I do a flyover of this main island here. The runway in real life is here. And anyway, on flying over in the fighter jet, I realised there's been an update. And this is no longer just a field with bushes and trees. They have rendered in a dirt runway. This changes the game massively because it is a long runway, it is an international length runway, albeit it's not rendered in properly. It's not even tarmacked, it's just a dirt strip, but it changes the game massively. It means that I don't have to bother now with the Daha TBM. I can go straight from here. So we just landed here the other night in northern Madagascar. Now the new plan is I can take the Airbus A320 over to the Seychelles. I still can't save the game because it's still not a registered airport within the sim, but they have now rendered in a runway. So I can now land in the Seychelles here. I can't save the game, but I will then tick off the Seychelles, turn around, fly out again, and head straight for Comoros. I don't need to come back to northern Madagascar to pick up the plane, because that was the plan. I was taking the Daha TBM to the Seychelles and back, pick up the Airbus A320 and on to Comoros. I don't need to do that anymore. I can go in the Airbus A320 to the Seychelles, land on the dirt strip that they've now rendered in with an update, because obviously this game's 5 years old, so there's updates all the time to the terrain and stuff. So obviously at some point whilst I've been flying around, there's been an update, and now there is a some sort of resemblance of a runway, shall we say, there, which is much better than it was. Like I say, it was just a field with some bushes in it. So we can now take the Airbus A320 to the Seychelles, and then I don't need to come back. I can just go straight over to Comoros. Now, having said that, it's still not a short day. It's still an hour and a half to the Seychelles, and then, I'm guesstimating about 2 hours to Comoros. You're going to be adding on another half hour there, aren't you? Because it's a little bit further on than just coming back. So you're looking at a 3.5 hour session, because I can't, like I say, I can't save it there. So I've got to go there, turn it round, and on to Comoros in one go. So I'm likely to do that on Saturday the 29th, maybe Sunday the 30th, depending when I get a free day. So that is the plan. So the Daha TBM is not required now in this leg. It's still required over here in South America. I'll still have to get the Daha TBM out for Paramaribo and Georgetown, Guyana. I'll still have to get it out there. But it means that the Daha TBM is down from 7 flights in the World Tour to 5, and we can just go straight for the Seychelles and then on to Comoros, and the World Tour then continues up the eastern coast of Africa before heading into the Middle East and Asia and so on and so forth. But just a quick update. So the plan has changed. Also, this is a bit of a half-time update as well, a bit of a halfway update. If you are new to your channel, get yourself subscribed, get the bell icon on. We are halfway through this world tour, and that's just Europe and Africa. And we've done half the countries in the world. And we're not even finished with Africa yet. We've still got a dozen countries up this eastern coast. Well, maybe not quite a dozen, but we've still got quite a few flights going up here before we then get into the Middle Eastern leg. But yeah, all of Europe has been done without any crashes whatsoever. And 75-80% of Africa as well. We've wound our way all over here. We've kept to the route. But now we deviate from the original plan to the new plan because, like I say, there has been an update here and there is now some sort of resemblance of a runway there. And that's game changer. So that is the plan. We don't need to get the Daha TBM out. We can just go straight there in the Airbus A320 and then on to Comoros. That is all from me for now. I just wanted to give you a quick update on what is happening. And I will see you this coming weekend for that 2-flight journey, 2-flight video. So it's going to be flight 107 and 108 are going to be back to back because I cannot save the game. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an update on what is going on for the Seychelles. Please do drop a like and get yourself subscribed. Get the bell icon on. So the scenario has changed. That's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the weekend for the flight 107 to Seychelles and 108 to Comoros. Thank you, and the world tour continues. Bye for now.